beacon of danger, the hidden costs of a high-paying lighthouse job. In a small coastal town, where waves crashed against jagged rocks and storms often swept across the sea, there stood a towering lighthouse. Its beam of light cut through the darkest nights, guiding sailors safely to shore. This lighthouse, known as Beacon's Reach, had been a symbol of hope for centuries. However, the job of maintaining it was far from simple, and the pay was extraordinarily high for good reason. Samuel Turner, a young man looking for a quiet life away from the bustling city, applied for the position of lighthouse keeper at Beacon's Reach. He was drawn by the promise of solitude and the hefty salary, a sum that made even the most lucrative urban jobs pale in comparison. When he was accepted, the local harbormaster warned him, "It's not just a job, it's a test of endurance." Samuel soon understood why the pay was so high. The lighthouse stood on a remote cliff, reachable only by a treacherous hike or a small boat that could navigate the rocky shores. Supplies were delivered monthly, but other human contact was scarce. The isolation was overwhelming, and the howling wind seemed to carry whispers of past keepers who had succumbed to the loneliness. The lighthouse operated 24/7, and its machinery required constant maintenance. Samuel worked tirelessly to clean the lens, fuel the lamp, and ensure the foghorn was operational during stormy weather. The sea was unforgiving, and storms frequently knocked out power, forcing him to climb the tower during raging winds to manually light the beacon. Each night, Samuel stayed vigilant, logging ship movements and weather patterns. Sleep came in short, restless intervals. A single mistake, like failing to light the lamp, could result in ships wrecking on the jagged rocks below. The responsibility weighed heavily on him. Apart from isolation, the job came with significant dangers. Rogue waves occasionally lashed against the lighthouse, and strong winds threatened to send anyone outside plummeting into the sea. Equipment failures could mean life-threatening repairs under extreme conditions. On stormy nights, Samuel often wondered if he'd see the dawn. One fateful evening, the worst storm in decades struck. The power went out, and Samuel had to manually ignite the beacon in winds so fierce they tore shingles off the roof. As he climbed the tower, lightning illuminated the ocean, revealing a massive cargo ship heading dangerously close to the shore. Samuel's swift actions averted disaster, saving dozens of lives, but he emerged from the ordeal battered and forever changed. The next day, as the sun broke through the storm clouds, Samuel reflected on his job. The pay wasn't just compensation for his time, it was acknowledgement of the immense personal sacrifices, risks, and responsibilities. The lighthouse keeper's role was a paradox, isolated yet indispensable, lonely but vital to the safety of others. In towns like Samuel's, the high salary was a necessary incentive to attract individuals willing to endure the challenges of such a demanding job. It covered not only the risk but also the psychological toll of isolation and the ever-present possibility of failure with catastrophic consequences. As Samuel continued his work, he began to understand the deeper purpose of his job. It wasn't just about earning a living, it was about being a lifeline for others. The lighthouse stood as a testament to human resilience, and he took pride in being its keeper. Years later, when Samuel retired, the town honored him with a plaque at Beacon's Reach. It read, "To those who keep the light shining, your sacrifices guide us all."